Hi, this is Lori, and I'm going to show you how to do the color blending that I've been talking about in my hub. I will take a picture of my supplies and have that posted there as well because I'm new at this recording and I'm not sure how I can set up my camera. But I just wanted to show you my Creative Haven coloring book. This one's Fabulous Flowers. Not sure you can see that really well. There, I'm lifting the camera. It's a little wiggly. And I've taken a page out of the book to show you what I'm going to do. I've done a flower for you. I'm going to go with the oranges, and I hope you can see that well. Let's see if the camera will focus for you there. But you can see the blending. It's really a lot of fun and very relaxing. So I have my little jar with my mineral spirits and my sponge. I have that handy. I have my blending stump, which you can purchase at an arts and crafts store or your local craft store. They're very inexpensive and they come in different sizes. You'd want a smaller size if you were working with a picture that had a lot of detail. I've also used in a pinch a Q-tip. You don't want it to be a real fluffy, hairy Q-tip. But you can use one of those too if you don't have one of the blending stumps. You want to keep a pencil sharpener handy. I picked this up at Walmart for 97 cents, and that's working well. And I have my Prismacolor pencils here. I'm going to go with a Spanish orange is my lightest color. Next I have my orange, then I have a poppy red, and then a crimson red. I had those backwards there. That's poppy. This is poppy, and then crimson. And as I mentioned in my hub, Paper Lace Princess on YouTube recommends that you keep your pencils very sharp. I'm going to work with this flower here. I'm just going to do a petal or two. So the first thing you want to do is take your lightest color. In my case, it's the Spanish orange, and you're going to go in a circular motion and fill in your space. You're just laying down color, base coat color, if you will. Just filling that in. You don't really want to see any white space. Keep turning your pencil and just get that color in as best as you can. So it looks pretty good. Trying to look at the camera and look at my paper. Make sure I get that filled in well for you. Okay. Just want to brush away any crumbs you might get. Now the next thing you want to do is take your stump or your Q-tip and you're just tapping it into your mineral spirit solution just on the sponge. Just want to get a little bit on your stump. And then you're going to take that and blend that in over top of that color that you laid down. You don't need a lot. It dries, I'm not sure that it stays like an arid kind of a dry, but it's dry enough to work with. It feels dry to the touch because that product is on there so that the pencil will blend. Now the Paper Lace Princess suggests that you either pull the strokes towards you or away from you. It just depends. When you do your stroke, what you want to do is put your pencil point down, pull the stroke, and lift up. Pull, lift up, pull, lift up, or away from yourself. Put the pencil point down and pull away from yourself, but lift up while you're doing that. Now I just broke that pencil point, so I'm going to go ahead and sharpen that. But you're kind of just feathering brush strokes. So let me just give my pencil a quick re-sharpening. Okay, so now I'm continuing on with my orange. Now we have this little petal here. We want to make sure we see some of the yellow. Actually, I guess it was called Spanish orange that we put down, but it's more of a yellow color. And I'm going to start from the center of the flower. I'm going to pull away from myself. And I'm going to go about 3/4 of the way down the flower. I like to start in the middle of a petal. Actually, I would really prefer to pull towards myself, but this will work. And what you're doing is just laying down that color. It's just a thin. You can hear my dogs, I'm sure. Thin layer of color. I'm going about 3/4 of the way down. And you just keep layering that color. Now you don't have to put just one layer of the orange. You can build that up. Just building color on top of color. And I'm just pressing down, but as I finish my stroke, I'm lifting up. Come around that round edge there, fill that in. And then when you're satisfied with the coloration and the way that it looks, then you're going to move on to your next shade. So now I'm going to come in with my Poppy Red. Again, I'm starting at the same place, starting at the center of the flower. But now I'm only going to come down about halfway because I want to be able to see the orange that I laid in there. So this is the Poppy Red. Again, I'm starting my stroke and laying down that color, but only about halfway down. And you're just going to continue until you're satisfied with the way that looks. Only about halfway down, deepening that shade. Just brush away your little crumbs that occur. Now I'm going to switch over to my Crimson Red. Same thing. Now I'm only coming down about 1/4 of the way down. Same stroke. Just pulling in that color. And if you wanted that darker, you would just continue to layer. And your color. That's all there is to it. This opens up a wide world of coloring. The things you can do and the effects that you can get is just amazing. And once again, here is my flower that I did ahead of time. So I hope you'll try this, and I hope you find this little tutorial helpful. See you again soon on the Hub.